Bhagavatar Sada Shiromani Kevalananda Kunda Sabhavatar Sada Shiromani Kevalananda Kunda Sabhavatar Sada Shiromani Kevalananda Kanda Sada Shiromani Kevalananda Bhado Bhado Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudrita Vishakapuri Bhado Bhado Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Bhado Bhado Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudrida Vishwasakori Bhado Bhado Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudrida Vishwasakori Vishaya Tadiya Sera Se Madhya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Sera Se Madhya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Vishaya Tadiya Sera Se Madhya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Dekho Ribhuvanena Nimona Vasupatidure Vashana Vidare Sunijana Gunagata Vasupatidure Vashana Vidare Vasupatidure Vashana Vidare Sunijana Samsare Majya Rohili Gloria Sepade Nasa Sara Majya Sare Majya Rohili Gloria Sepade Anakarama Kundaye Samana Yahoye Anakarama Kundaye Samana Yahoye Lutanidasa Rama Karuna Audui Jana Jai Gaura Rama Karuna Audui Jana Jai Gaura Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Shira Prabhupada. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Nitai, Sachi Sutta Nitai, Sachi Sutta, Sachi Sutta. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Panchatada ki jai, Shri Shinitai Sachisuta ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Supada Maharaj ki jai, Shri Shri Radha-Parisisvara ki jai. Thank you for accompanying with the instruments. So today we continue our reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, chapter 10, verse 24 and onwards till 28. Yeah, we'll read the first one together. It still has a purport, but the following ones are also talking about Raghava Pandit and his sister Damayanti, so we'll keep these 4 verses together for today. Is it big enough? No. Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Anuchara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Please repeat.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara. Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhu Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Raghava Pandita Prabhura Aja Anuchara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara.
Tanraika Shaka Mukhya Makarat Vajakara. Word for word. Raghava Pandit.
Raghava Pandit.
Of the name Raghava Pandit.
Of the name Raghava Pandit.
Prabhura.
Prabhura.
Of the Lord. Adya. Original. Anuchara. follower.
follower.
Tanra,
Tanra,
his.
his.
Eka,
Eka,
one.
one.
Shakha,
Shaka,
branch.
branch.
Mukhya,
Mukhya,
chief.
chief.
Makaradvaja,
Makaradvaja,
of the name Makaradvaja.
of the name Makaradvaja.
Kara,
Kara,
surname.
surname.
Translation. Raghava Pandit, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's original follower, is understood to have been the seventh branch. From him proceeded another sub-branch, headed by Makaradvaja Kara. Purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaicharan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Kara was the surname of Makaradvaja. At present, this surname is generally found in the Kayastha community. The Gaura Ganodesha Dipika, The Gaura Ganodesha Dipika, verse 166 states, Danishta Bhakshya Samagrim Krishna Yadad Vrajemitam Saiva Sampratam Goranga Priyo Raghava Pandita. Oh, thank you. Raghava Pandit was formerly a confidential gopi in Vraj during the time of Lord Krishna's pastimes, and his former name was Dhanishtha. This gopi, Dhanishtha, always engaged in preparing foodstuffs for Krishna. Let me read once. I will just read alone. Tanhara Bogini Damayanti Prabhura Priyadasi Prabhura Boga Samagri Yekare Varamasi. Raghava Pandit's sister Damayanti was the dear maidservant of the Lord. She always collected various ingredients with which to cook for Lord Chaitanya. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. In the Gaura Ganodesha Dipika, verse 167, it is mentioned, Gunamala Vrajeya Siddhamayanti Tutatsvasa. The gopi named Gunamala has now appeared as his sister Damayanti. On the East Bengal railway line, beginning from the Silda station in Calcutta, there is a station named Sodapura, which is not very far from Calcutta. Within 1 mile of this station, toward the western side of the Ganges, is a village known as Panihati, in which the in which the residential quarters of Raghava Pandit still exist. On Raghava Pandit's tomb is a creeper on a concrete platform. There is also a Madan Mohan deity in a broken-down temple nearby. This temple is managed by a local zamindar of the name Sri Shivachandra Rai Chowdhury. Makaradvaja Kara was also an inhabitant of Panihati. Text 26. Sei sabha samagri yata jalite bariya ragavalaiya yana gupatakaliya. Translation. The foodstuffs Damayanti cooked for Lord Chaitanya when he was at Puri were carried in a bag by her brother Raghava without the knowledge of others. Text 27. Varamasataha Prabhu Karena Angikara Raghavera Jari Bali Prasiddhiyahara. The Lord accepted these foodstuffs throughout the entire year, that bag is still celebrated as Raghavata Jali, the bag of Raghava Pandit. And text 28. If you didn't understand, we'll probably talk about prasadam today. Sei sabha samagri age kariba vistara yahara shravane bhakteravae ashrudhara. I shall describe the contents of the bags of Raghava Pandit later in this book. Sorry for that. Hearing this narration, devotees generally cry, and tears glide down from their eyes. Purport. A vivid description of this Raghavata Jali is to be found in chapter 10 of the Antyalila portion of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita.
So we will try to not hear it.
Yes, for today you will try to not hear it. Maybe we'll hear some drops. Maybe, if Krishna allows. Yes. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, on this most auspicious day of Ekadashi, let's talk about prasadam. Definitely. But first of all, to make the connection between Gaura and Krishna Lila, there is this famous book of Gaura Ganodesha Deepika who helps to understand how the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not aware, but or did, but always have function in Krishna Lila also. And here about Raghava Pandit, it is explained that he is playing the function of Danishta Gopi, or he was formerly Danishta Gopi, and Danishta Gopi as well as what is his name for that? Gunamala Gopi. They are both in the house of Nanda Maharaj, busy preparing foodstuffs for Lord Krishna. In Gaura Lila, here, Raghava Pandit, Danishta came as Raghava Pandit, the brother of Damayanti. And they are busy serving Lord Chaitanya by preparing and bringing foodstuffs for Lord Chaitanya. And interestingly enough is that this bag, this famous Raghavata Jali, Jali means bag, you know. They are like this, they look like Mary Poppins bags. You know Mary Poppins, right? I'm sorry for this very old reference. But Mary Poppins was a famous character who had a special bag. And within this bag, she could take out many things from it. You know, some fridge, some umbrella, some different things. And when you read a little about the description in Antya-lila and every preparation that were in these bags, it's amazing. And even Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami says, even a lifetime is not enough to describe what is in these bags. So you can imagine how opulent they were. And this is one way for us to show our love and devotion for Krishna, to cook preparations. You know, not only, I remember during the deity worship course, what is his name? Narasimha Kavacha Prabhu was one of our teachers. There was Narasimha Kavacha Prabhu and Murli Manohara Prabhu. And they were, you know, instructing us about different deity worship aspects. And we were learning to worship Rishi Gaurnitai. And they were explaining, yeah, we understand for practical purpose that it's not always easy to offer, you know, opulent foodstuffs to the Lord. But also you have to consider that it's nice to offer some fruits, some nuts, and some, you know, brahmachari items, but, you know, sometimes they need more opulent also dishes. So please also try to sometimes offer them opulent food. The deity should honor opulent preparations, and their servants should honor succulent preparations. The difference is quantity. So, and it is mentioned, I don't know if you read it or if I read it before and another in Antya-lila. Yeah, it's mentioned in Antya-lila that the context of Raghava Pandit and Damayanti serving Lord Chaitanya was that they would come every year for Ratha Yatra festival. It was a big, you know, reunion of everyone. And only once a year, they would make these bags, Jagavera Jali. And they will bring for the Lord for 1 year of foodstuffs, which the Lord accepted so, you know, warm-heartedly because it was made by his dear servants with love and devotion. And yeah, this chapter is entitled How the Lord Accepts the Foodstuff Prepared by His Devotees. So they were cooking. So Damayanti was the sister cooking so many preparations. Be it sweetmeats, be it, you know, some condiments, I think, like some salty preparations, also some bitter preparations. And the Lord, interesting enough, is that he was more pleased by this bitter preparation than by the sweetmeats. And before coming back to this point, yeah, the Lord so was getting this Raghavera Jali for 1 year and was honoring them, not only the day of Ratha Yatra, he was not honoring for 1 year at once, but he was relishing them for 1 year to the next Ratha Yatra. You know, this preparation for 1 year. Do you keep some preparation for 1 year that you honor every day? No. I don't know if we could keep some preparation for 1 year. Maybe dry ones, yeah, but meal preparations, I don't know some of them that we could keep. Do you know some of them that could be kept? Dry, yeah.
Like you can put some nuts.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. But here it's explained that, yeah, sweet meats, so meal preparations, you know, and the Lord, it's mentioned in the Antya-lila, he takes the essence of everything. So it's not the foodstuff in itself that's interesting for the Lord. It's not because we make a huge cake that the Lord would appreciate more than a Karela. You know, what matters is our devotion, our intention to please the Lord. And we see also some pastimes of the Lord's associates where they were even honoring the plate where the prasadam was kept, you know. they were breaking the pot and eating a piece every day. So from this, we understand that the Lord shows example how to consider prasadam. It's not only something to fill our belly, it's devotional service also, where we try to we connect to the Lord, how He's honoring the prasadam. And when we are preparing foodstuff for the Lord, we should, try to think of Him. Not think, what should I feed in my belly? And okay, let's offer this to the Lord. This is one level. At the beginning, it's good, but if we want to go deeper in our service for the Lord, we can already start from when we choose the items. Okay, it means I'm starting to meditate what I will, cook for Him, and so accordingly, I will buy foodstuff which are appropriate for Him, selecting the nice veggies, the nice fruits, not the creepy ones or the rotten ones. You would be more attentive if you're in this mindset. And so it starts from this, buying things, then preparing them, nice consciousness, and offering them to the Lord. And why Lord Chaitanya was more appreciative about the bitter preparation? Does anyone know about this pastime? Actually, the Lord was preparing the bitter preparation because when Damayanti was cooking it, she has so much love for the Lord, pure love, that she considers Him as a human being, a normal human being. This is such the love of the Vrajabasis. They love Krishna as if it was a family member. There is not this Aishvarya mood, oh dear Lord. No, it's like they consider that he can be tired, he can be, feeling hungry, he can be feeling sick, And because they have this pure love, then Krishna allows them to deepen their relationship with Him. And here this preparation was made out of this pure love for Lord Chaitanya, considering that because he will overeat, so then I should prepare this bitter preparation so he doesn't develop this alma pitta disease. When we overeat, after some point we can develop this disease, alma pitta, which makes, alma pitta means acids. It becomes acid in our stomach. And so she thought like this, he will overeat, and so I should prepare this, that way he will not be sick. This was such the mindset of Damayanti when she cooked. And that's why the Lord, taking the essence of this preparation, understanding the mood of Damayanti, he was appreciating more this than the Panchamrita, which is this condensed preparation, sweet condensed preparation with delectable products for the Lord made of cow products. There is some ghee, some yogurt, milk. It's like a madhuparka, no?
Yeah.
It is a madhuparka, these items before we offer, when we make a reception for deities, we offer some, sacred water, padyam, argyam, and then madhuparka, And this madhuparka is made of cow products, ghee, milk, yogurt, there's some sweet inside, and half of the preparation is honey. So you first put honey, half of the cup, and then you add, with the space remaining, you try to fit other items. And so it's very, condensed and sweet preparation, but the Lord still getting the essence, prefer this other preparation, bitter one, because it's manifesting the love, the pure love of his devotee. And so this is the service of Damayanti to prepare them. So from Raj in the house of Nanda Maharaj, because they say with in Krishna and Lila, they stay in the house of Nanda Maharaj. But then now someone has to bring it to the Lord for the Ratha Yatra, right? And so this is now the role of Raghava Pandit. And Raghava Pandit take these items And they are made in bags. They are put in bags, in cloth bags, prepared so nicely. This is also how we can show our devotion. Maybe less to Lord Krishna, but for Lord Krishna, from the plate, how we arrange the plates can be one way to show. But for the devotees, you know, when you have to bring, for instance, during the marathon, December marathon, I remember how devotees, you know, Sankirtan boys, they are going, boys and girls are going in Paris center from the morning. So they need to take some Tupperwares with them. And so we need to fill these buckets. And it reminds me this when I was running these pastimes. And how you feel when you receive these, you know, buckets. It's time for prasadam. You were fighting against these people in the street who are not interested to take books. You know, they don't want your books. But still you are trying, you run after them here and there, and it's cold. You are, you know, freezing inside. Your hands are even stuck sometimes with the books inside. You cannot move the fingers. And no one stops. Imagine this, you know, and then it's, okay, Krishna, it's too much. Now I need some prasadam. And you go, you see in the packs, in the foil, some nice preparations, some pakoras, some pancakes. And then you open the Tupperware, there is a warm preparation. This is ideally the warm preparation. And some warm drink and this and that. It's like a picnic in Paris, in cold Paris, but so warm for the heart, you know. How do you feel? You feel care. Feel, wow, the Lord is reciprocating with me, is helping me. And then you have new enthusiasm to go on with a devotional service. So this preparing the bag is also so important. And any service, this shows that any service is so important. We might think, okay, deity worship is important, preparing food stuff is important, but you know, there are so many, I would say, secret or hidden services, you know, that are so important, that are not visible, but so crucial for the movement to develop. You know, one example, translating the books. Some devotees in France are now translating the books, the Bhagavatam, 12th canto. They are finishing the 11th one and starting the 12th one. No one sees them because they are busy translating every day, almost. How important it is for the French public to receive this new edition of the French Bhagavatam, 12th canto. We cannot imagine that. And they are doing. We know how books are so important, but in a temple context, we can consider also like how cleaning is so important and not always visible, especially when we go in the upper rooms. But to have a, you know, sattvic atmosphere which is conducive for devotional service, this is crucial also. So Raghava Pandit was bringing every year these bags that are very famous, Raghavera bags. And actually, I had a class. Prabhupada really helped me for this class, I felt. I was trying to find about Raghava Pandit, a class explaining, you know, about these verses. And I didn't know the speakers. But I said, okay, still I have to try to hear someone. And I found some Prabhu who was sharing how we are all, you know, attracted and kept. Our fidelity card is kept with prasadam. Why we are still in the movement? No? Because prasadam is there. You know, don't tell me that, because there are these shastras and, you know, I'm really absorbed in the class. But then when you are down, you know, when you don't want anything else, still you cannot refuse prasadam because it's so tasty, you cannot help it. And this is the secret weapon of Srila Prabhupada. And he said one time during a GBC leader meeting in Mayapur, he said, so why did you come to Krishna consciousness? They all said prasadam, to make it short. They all said that. And he said, yes, this is my secret weapon. I got you like this, and I keep you like this. So indeed, prasadam is a key item for us to continue and to keep on the boat of Krishna consciousness. And it works for us as devotees, but it works also for non-devotees. And today we wish Dayanitaya Prabhu and all the participants of this program in Yoga Lyric to conquer the hearts of the newcomers who will get, these Raghavera, Keli, Jali bags maybe, with the Ekanath Prabhuji working hard on that from the morning with Rasananda. And who knows, maybe by one drop of these preparations, they will get attracted. And it's easy to see that it's still working, this principle. Just look, when it's time for prasadam, how many congregation members manifest? Even some that you didn't know before. They come right on time for the prasadam. And they are so, enthusiastic coming and getting a prasadam. And that's nice. That's very great to see, no? Sunday evening feast, same. During Gaurarati time, it's more and more devotees coming, and then the feast is fully crowded. So we should accept that. We should accept it and still drive the mood of this is devotional service. These items are prepared for the Lord. They were prepared for the Lord, and you are getting the remnants. It should be our mood to always remember these are the remnants. How fortunate we are to get this remnant, so purifying effect. And in this story, in this class, I heard about Indradyumna Maharaj glories in France. I was not expecting from him at all, but I heard so much nectar from this. And he was sharing how Indradyumna Maharaj back then in France, he was doing traveling Sankirtan. And he was going to everywhere possible in France. And they were trying to get some flats to stay for a few days and distribute books in this area. They were even going to churches. They were trying to stay in churches. They were asking to these brothers, can we stay in the church and have our own program? And what time it worked? They were allowed by the brother of the community, the main priest, to stay in the church. And they were having their own program, but the brother said, you can have your own program, you can stay for a few days as you like, but we don't come. You do your things, we do our things. We don't want your things. You stay in your things, okay? And so they were staying like this. But still, one brother was sneaking in every morning for the morning program, from Mangalarati to the class. And after the class was prasadam, as you know. So he was staying because he was not coming for prasadam, by the way. He was coming because he liked the bhajans, he liked the class, the philosophy. And he was hearing like this secretly and then coming back to his, Christian program, not to be caught by his brothers. And it was going on like this for a few days. And, Indradyumna Maharaj was trying with the devotees to take prasadam. But every time when it was prasadam time, in Christian tradition, they are quite austere, They were saying, no, I have my fruit and my soup 2 times a day, And they could feel in his heart that it was so difficult. And they was trying to, but please just try one bit of this. No, I can't. I'm sorry. I will keep my apple and my soup for today morning. It's okay, And they felt inside how he was trying to cope with it. It was so austere for him. But they were respecting. They tried everything possible. And one time, Indradyumna Maharaj went for Krishna Balaram festival in Radha-Parisisvara Mandir. And you know how it is in France, Krishna Balaram festival. If you go in Mayapur for this festival, you went there? Yeah? For Krishna Balaram festival? It's not the same. No, but definitely the festival there, it's wow. This is definitely an opulent festival, and it's such an atmosphere, friendly atmosphere. And there is opulent prasadam, and everyone is happily, getting in the program. There are some theater performance. There is some very opulent preparations and a big feast in the afternoon. I remember last year it was very remarkable for me how Mahavishnu Swami, you know, to just emphasize, to illustrate about this atmosphere, sweet atmosphere. He was honoring the feast, and after the feast, he was laying in the garden, in the herb, in the grass. Thank you, in the grass. You know, like a little child would do, you know, on the back, you know, and he was like this, so happy with a smile on the face and just having a nap for a few minutes, you know. And everyone around was honoring the prasadam, and you see only smiles on the faces. And so, but this time was not in New Mayapur, was in Paris. He was coming for the festival in Paris, and he said, okay, I will get this priest. He brought so many Mahaprasad from the festival here. And because it's celebrated here, Krishna Balaram festival with Baladev deities, which were, by the way, the first one to be installed in France, in Paris, at least. And so, yeah, he said, let me bring him some Mahaprasadam. And he brought so many preparations. Rasgullas, gulab jamuns, many sweets and salty preparations. Puris, brought them. And he said, okay, now the class is over. You know, he went back to the place. I can't say where it was. But he went back to the place. And after the morning program, the class said, okay, this time, you cannot miss this opportunity. I'm sorry for that. I am bringing especially for you these Mahaprasadam dishes from Radha-Parisisvara. Can you imagine that? You cannot refuse them. He said, I'm sorry, I have my apple and my soup for today. He insisted, but Indraju Maharaj was so determined. And his brother said, okay, lock the door. And he started to eat everything. He tried everything of the preparation. He was full to the neck. He was so enthusiastically taking it. And what is that? And what is that? He was taking everything of them. And then at the door, someone is knocking. The brother is knocking. Everyone says, oh, Krishna, let's keep silent. But this brother was so enthusiastic. You know, he was getting an express purification. Saying, no, it's okay. Open the door. We will invite them. They have to try it. But the brother, he opened the doors. He was so enthusiastic. Come, join in. And they were like, poker face, you know, very disappointed by him. You betrayed us. How could you do that? How can you do that? And so everyone was down like this. They didn't take any prasadam, and they asked the devotees to leave within 2 days, or the same day, the same day they asked the devotees to leave. You know, and his brother realized his mistake. And he was also down after. But still, he got the Mahaprasadam. And afterwards, he was also kind of rejected from the community. But still, he kept touch with Indrajumna Maharaj and was giving news from time to time. The story doesn't say where he is now and what is he doing, but still, he got the mercy of the Lord, one way or another. So this is the nectar I wanted to share with you. And I thank Srila Prabhupada to share this in the little class I heard. It's 9 straight. Wow. We could share many other things, but I will give some space for you to share any pastime connected to that, some questions, some corrections you want to bring, please.
There's one pastime in Mayapur.
Yeah.
I don't know who is narrating it, where devotee was taking prasadam in the glass from the castle, and Prabhupada was looking at them, and he was crying when seeing them taking prasadam like this in the glass.
Child.
This shows how it's important for connection with Prabhupada. Succession.
Sure. Chaturvida Shri Bhagavat Prasada Kirtan Hari Bhakta Sangha Kridviva tripti bhajata sadeva Ande Guru Shri Charana Ravindam. Any other things you want to share? Yes, today, Prabhu.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class.
A
few days ago, my mentor said, if you're going to give Bhagavatam class, you speak out of realization. He said, you speak about prasadam, you have realizations about it. So thank you for sharing this class about prasadam. It's fantastic. It's obviously had a fantastic experience with prasadam. So when I first moved into the temple, I kept on wondering if it's okay for brahmacharis to indulge in so much prasadam. And I kept saying, is this spiritual or not? Because Rupa Goswami said we have to eat less. But Prabhupada said we have to eat until we welcome like Pepsi in the beginning. So to what extent do you think we should indulge or honor prasadam, and when should we, lay back?
Srila Prabhupada said that especially in the beginning, and he showed example how he was preaching in the West at the beginning, Kirtan prasadam. He was not limiting anyone in quantities. And after some point, when you start to understand how serious is this movement, you start to commit to follow the 4X, the 16 rounds, and you want to engage in more service, you understand that by eating too much, you are deprived from opportunities of service also. You literally feel it like, oh, I ate too much, so now I need to sleep. Or, because I ate too much the last night, then in japa time, I'm sleeping, so I'm not doing my run in this time, and so I have to do them later on. But later on, I have other services. So you understand that you have to regulate yourself. Another way to realize when is to ask your mentor and your spiritual master. But as I think Dayanita mentioned recently, 2 classes ago, I think, it's individual thing. That's why it's tricky thing, and we should try to correct or instruct everyone, oh, you should not eat this or that. It's really sensitive topic. We have to consider, we have to test different things and to see what is working for us. For some devotees to take prasadam, good quantity in the morning, and then go for all day, it's good. For others, it should be 3 meals, 3 little and regulated meals during the day. For some, it will be 2. For some, it will be different. And then you can talk about many diets. Some Maharaj have some diets that they have to follow for their health. Prabhupada said one of the first thing is health. So we should honor prasadam to the limit that it doesn't disturb our health. This is one thing. So to be more specific on your question, Ayurveda suggests that our stomach is this size. You put your 2 hands next to each other, and you consider that the portion of food that you can properly digest is this one. And so each meal should not be more than that. There should be space for the food, for the liquids, and for air. If there is no air, no digestion. So on a really practical point, which I try to apply, is like, sorry for this, but the first burp, when this first burp comes, I stop. And it's already too late, by the way. For me, it's already too late because I eat too fast. So by eating, calmly and not rushing to honor prasadam, then you can be more attentive with that and understand when you have to stop. It's a matter of attention. If you really think, if you're in meditation of your spiritual master's instruction, of Srila Prabhupada's instructions, you will feel this little voice inside. You should stop now. Yeah, you have enough. It's okay. But you don't want to hear this voice. So unconsciously, we are sometimes, what happens with me is like, okay, unconsciously, it's like, okay, let's honor prasadam fast. That way, this first burp will come later. I can, get more, in this gap. But yeah, if you are concentrated on the prasadam, not talking at the same time, not doing everything at the same time, here in class, doing this, doing that, there is more time for being attentive on that and understanding when you should stop. This is at least what I am trying to apply. Any other brahmachari would like to share some techniques, or more important than that, some instruction that seem relevant in that regard, that received from Srila Prabhupada or from the spiritual master? No? Okay. Does it make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Easy.
Revatinandana, you are laughing, I hear. What it makes you laugh?
Burp, so.
You didn't? Oh, you don't?
I don't.
Wow.
So,
So it doesn't work for you, you see?
The burp theory is
Okay.
that sounds practical.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining every devotee burping in the at prasadam time.
Mm-hmm. But actually, it's this, coming. It's natural because when you feel the stomach, there are some air coming out. It's not like you urge to, but it's like some air coming up. It's a nice kirtan. All right. Okay, 9:05. It's time to put in application the teachings of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Let's see what our dear cooks of the day prepared in the Raghavera Jali. Oh yeah.
During Ekadashi,
Vijay
yes,
Prabhu, huh? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. During Ekadashi, so you hit in the morning. I thought there is 4 kinds of Ekadashi.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Five.
Mm-hmm.
When you eat only water, you drink only water. Sorry.
Yeah.
You eat only fruits.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other. I think it's juice. Not juice.
Yeah. So there is indeed 5, and from more austere to less austere, it's like you dry fast.
Yeah, that's
Then only water. Then only milk.
Oh, milk, yeah.
Because this is mentioned by Prabhupada in one purport of the Payovrata verse. Payovrata means the verse, the vow to sustain the body only with milk. So there is one with milk. Then 4th level is with fruits and raw preparations. You don't cook them. And then, the standard, minimum standard that we follow in ISKCON is cooked preparation, okay, but no grain, no cereals. This is the minimum, because on this special day it's connected with the moon, and there are Puranic stories with that. But the consciousness in the cereals, like the cereals, the vehicle, they transmit, bad energy, and so it contaminating your consciousness. If you honor some grains this day. Grains and cereals, so better you avoid that. But then these are bona fide. You can follow one of them. It doesn't mean you have to dry fast to be a pure devotee.
Yeah.
Better, the main thing, these devotional principles, 2 sides. To always remember Krishna, never forget him. So the point is to sustain the body so that you can serve Krishna and his devotees. The point is not to dry fast and sleep all day. This is against devotion, like it's not in the mood. Better you honor 3 meals a day, respecting the no grain, no cereal, and you serve all day the devotees, and you continue your seva, or you do more seva. You can, for instance, sometimes I skip morning and evening, I take 1 meal a day, but it depends on what is your seva today. I also notice sometimes I am bad-tempered in the morning. And if I don't honor prasadam in the morning, I will be, very naughty with others. What is the point? I will just offend devotees. So better I take some little prasadam, belly is happy, and I continue serving the devotees, not offending them.
Yeah, the point of Ekadashi is to minimize the demands of the body.
Yeah, minimize. Doesn't mean we put them to 0. It's a very important question. Thank you for reminding us that it's Ekadashi today. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.